Here's somebody else. Okay, right. So welcome, everybody. We're having a bit of a different session today, because generally the sessions are much more geared and structured towards owner and manager level. So towards systems and tools and things that you should be doing at owner and manager level on how to run a successful and thriving beauty, spa, or aesthetic business. Today, I've taken on a tiny, slightly different approach. And remember, my coaching sessions are always in response to your needs. So I always ask and I put out there, what are the challenges? What do you want me to help you with? And that's how I decide what I'm going to coach on at the next session, because ultimately it's about what's happening now in the marketplace that you need help with. And that's what I always want to give current and now solutions to you. So I've been hearing a lot over the last couple of months, this whole, oh, my retail isn't great in my business. Okay, so let me ask you a quick question to see as well, qualify whether today's session is going to be of assistance to you or not. So how many of you are getting a 30% and plus retail ratio in your businesses right now? So that means that 30% of your turnover is coming from retail and 70% of your turnover is coming from services. How many of you are getting that at the moment? And you can just say yes or no. And I think I'm going to get a lot of our wishes. So no. Okay, I'm probably going to see quite a lot of no's. Not all the staff members. Okay, but that means that some of them are, which is a good thing. Surieta, is that you or is it Danae? Just so that I know who I'm talking to. Kirsten says, well, one day. I love that. That's brilliant. Okay, now Surieta. Okay, so not all of the staff members, but some. Okay. Is anybody out there getting a, anybody getting a 30%? Hello, Claire. No, she's not. Okay. All right. Okay. So I've been hearing a lot about that. Okay. Not, my retail's not amazing. It's not great. Now, some of you might think that 10 or 20% is great retail. I don't think it is. I don't think that a thriving business in our industry works at a 10 or 20%. In fact, 30% for me is still, it's okay. I would classify that business as doing well. Okay. The second somebody steps up and starts going into the 40, 50% retail, then that becomes a thriving and really, it becomes a sellable business, because you know, it's not just based on services. And remember, when a business is up for sale, people look at services. Somebody can go somewhere else to get it. Okay, so can they for product. But where there's retail and the exchange of product in the mix of that business, it makes it a much more lucrative or a much more sustainable business for somebody to buy and to want to get involved in, because now you're not just taking over a customer base of people who are having services. Also remember, when you retail, you're not exchanging time for money. Okay, which is a great model to have. You're not exchanging time for money. So retail for me is very important. Another question that I want to ask you, how is your repeat business and your client loyalty and the spend of the client that you have right now in your business? Are they spending more? Are they spending less? And is your repeat business good? So do you have a great loyal following in your business? So quickly go into the chat box and let me know how that's doing with you in your businesses, okay? So a client average spend is going up. That's what I want to know. And two is your repeat business good and solid? So you are keeping those clients and you're keeping them loyal. Okay, Kelly says repeat purchases are good. Brilliant. Well done. Good stuff. Okay, anybody else? Okay, Gretchen, repeat business is good. Love it. Is your average spend of your client going up? Okay, we have good repeat business, but spend is less. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Repeat is good. Okay, I'm very happy with that, because the fact that repeat is good is already a good sign. It means that something there is right. Okay, now it's, okay, how do we get it to the next level? Have a lot of repeat business, but not going up. They stick to the same amount spend. Okay, so Renata, today's session is going to help a lot. And tourist industry, not many repeat, spending low due to traveling. Average spend is not going up. Repeat business is good. Spend is the same. Okay, great. So then today really is going to help all of you a lot. Okay, right. So remember what this is, everybody. Those of you who attended the last session, I decided to keep the picture the same because I needed some energy and some jump and some sparkle in my jump today. So do you all remember what this means? What is our word for 2024, that we've got just a few more months left to enjoy? Yes, Kellen, well done. It is elevate, okay? And remember, and we're going to find it very difficult to find a new word, by the way, everyone, because today's session is going to be, how do you elevate your retail? And how do you elevate your client spend? And how do you elevate your relationship with your clients? Okay, so meaningful conversations. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions in the chat box in a second. Okay, but what I want to ask, or what I want to explain to you today, is that a lot of you out there call this meaningful conversations consultations. Okay, so when we are taught to have a consultation with our patient, or a consultation with our client, or a consultation with our guest, I don't call it that. I call it a meaningful conversation. And why do I call it that? Because a consultation may have no meaning. Consultation is quite a medical term, okay? In the sense that you have a problem, how can I fix it? And let me find out, what are your symptoms, right? We want to take what we are doing, and this is very interesting that I need to share with you, because I saw a doctor the other day, and I've been going to my doctor since I was a teenager, and I couldn't get an appointment, and I went to another doctor because I couldn't get an appointment. When I go to this other doctor, obviously now it's the first time this doctor sees me and talks to me, and we didn't have a consultation. We had a meaningful conversation where this doctor got to know my children. He noticed little things. Oh, I see you on your phone all the time. And he was so observant of what was going on. So when I finished with him, I said to him, does he do this with all of his patients? And he says, yeah. He says he wants to get to know the personal people, because that also helps him in his diagnosis a lot. So by knowing the person's character, and like what they take very seriously in their lives and things like that. I mean, and every time I go to him now, he gets to know a little bit more about Marisa, the mom, then Marisa, the business lady, then, Marisa, the trainer. And then when I see him again, oh, by the way, the last time you were here, you were having a conversation with a client when I called you in. How did that work out? And I was like, oh my word, how observant is this person? But what has happened is I've left my doctor of 20 years and I'm going to the new one. And why? Because there's engagement, there's connection, there's a person, there's somebody taking a personal interest in me. And I think that's what I want us to change our minds with. Okay. So here are some questions for you. First of all, and please answer them in the chat box, because I'd like to get an idea of what's happening out there. Do you have meaningful conversations with every single client? Okay. And when I say do you, I'm asking you if you're a therapist owner, and if you have staff, do your staff have meaningful conversations with every single client? Okay. The second question I'd like you to answer is, do you have client record cards or do you have digital client profiles? So do you have somewhere where you record client data and information? The third question is, are they updated at each and every visit? And when I mean updated, I do not mean by has your address changed. I'm actually not even interested in that. What I mean by that is noting of personal information. At every visit, you should make it compulsory or standard operating procedure in your business that a personal note is made on the client profile of every single client. What does that do to your team? It makes them ask questions and engage in connection and personal conversation. And then they'll note, oh, dog sick, or oh, foot sore, or oh, experiencing lots of migraines, or about to write an exam, very nervous. Just some personal information that actually has nothing to do with their skin or their body, right? So this is their personal life, a movie, a series that they're watching, a color that they love, just something. Okay, so so can you answer me that in the chat box? Do I have more yeses? We do it with every single client. We do have client cards that are updated at each visit. Or can I get an indication of, no, we are not doing X, Y, and Z? Okay, let me hear from you, please. Kirsten, yes, well done. Well done, doll. So Kirsten, I'm expecting to say yes, because she's owner and therapist in her business. So I'm expecting, and I'm very happy that you said yes, Kirsten. What I want to know is, do your staff, for those of you who have teams, do the following? Okay. Yay, Lorette. Woo, love it. Okay. Then those of you who have said yes to all of this, can you answer me, are the client's information cards or profiles updated with a personal note at every visit? Because that's where I'm expecting to hear a lot of no's. So I'm very happy if you do have the consultations and the meaningful conversations and stored on a system or a client record card. What I want to know is there a personal note on every single client at every visit? Because there, I'm expecting a lot of no's. This hasn't become norm in our industry yet. So let me hear, if anybody is saying yes to that, please let me hear. I'd love to hear that. Otherwise, can you say no? Personal notes, thankful in my brain, but need to digitalize it. Okay, we do not update it every time with a personal note. Every time in a follow-up note done 2 days after their treatment. Kelly, that's amazing. Well done. Brilliant. Okay, so that is what I'd like you to bank as step number 1, maybe in your to-do list from today's session, is get a personal piece of information out of every client in your training. So if any of you are therapists on this call today, I know there is a lot of you, it is vitally important that you dig for something. You know, it can be something as irrelevant as, what is your favorite color? The client will go, why are you asking me that? And you'll go, well, I'm just interested to know. It's so nice to know what my client's favorite color is. Or what is your favorite chocolate? Or do you love coffee? Or do you love hot chocolate or tea? Or just, that is how you build up the rapport, the trust, and the relationship with the client. And sometimes it starts with a meaningless question, really, but that meaningless question to you is very meaningful in the development of the relationship. Okay. All right. Step number 1. And then I'm going to do the live session with you, okay? So step number 1 is get to know your client. So I've got a few things that we do here. Number 1 is, why are they there? Now, you might say, well, that is silly, Marisa. If they've booked for a wax, they're there to have their hair removed. Okay, that is not what I'm asking. The question I'm asking is, why do you want to have your hair removed? Is it because it's very thick? Does it bother you? Do you feel that waxing makes your skin softer? It's getting a little bit deeper than what the obvious is. Of course, if I go for a facial, I'm there to clean my skin, but that's not the why that has motivated that, right? Secondly, is what are they currently doing to help their skin? Thirdly, is how can you help them? And that leads into, and you'll see when I do the live session now, is what would make them happy as an end result. So what do they want the outcome of their time with you today to look like? And you know why I love that question? Because it gives me a clear indication of what the expectation is. If the expectation is something that I'm not going to be able to meet in one session, well, then I can address it right there. So if the client says, well, I expect to have no pigmentation by the end of my facial, well, then it's okay. Well, I wish that I had a magic wand, and I do have one, but my magic wand takes about 6 or 7 treatments to really take effect. Today's treatment will be our starting point. What I am going to deliver is glow, a lightening of the area, blah, blah, blah. Are you happy with that? Okay. So this step number 1 of getting to know your client and the why are they there is absolutely critical to set up the retail sales, to set up the loyalty, to set up a treatment plan, to set up the rebooking. Without that, you're not going to get the rest of the steps. Okay. So if it's, oh yeah, they're here for a facial, they're here for a massage, well, it's not going to get you anywhere. Okay. Step number 2 is write the information down. Okay. So Kirsten, I know you said you keep it in your head all the time. By writing the information down, it does 2 things. Number 1 is it makes the client psychologically believe and see that you are taking an interest. Because now as they're talking, you say, just give me a sec, I just want to write this down. Okay. It tells them that you don't want to forget the information that they've given you. So it is very important that they see you writing something down or updating a tablet or a laptop if that's how you're working. Very importantly, if you're writing it down, you must have a system in place that daily all the client profiles are updated at the end of the day before close of day. So as a closing checklist, depends on who you have structured to do this job in your business. I would give it to front desk. So therapist writes front desk updates, unless your therapists have a digital tablet where as they update the information, it updates on the main system. That's ideal, but I do like it when front desk inputs the information. And the reason for that is it gives the front desk and the receptionist information on that client too. And that also helps because client walks in and the receptionist can say, how's your dog doing? Or how did your son do in his match? Because it's written on the client's profile. All right. Okay, next step, step number 3. During the treatment, this is very important again, okay? During the treatment, reference what their concern or wish for the treatment outcome is more than once, okay? So if I said, I would like my pigmentation to be gone, that was my wish for my skin. As you are doing the treatment and the items you are using or the piece of equipment, the laser you are using on the skin, is what is targeting that mark, you're going to make reference to that. So to give you an example, you apply a mask on and you can say, right, this mask actually is a tyrosinase inhibitor. It has X, Y, and Z ingredient, and this is the active that is going to be working on the pigmentation that you said you wanted to get rid of. So you're referencing their wish. If you're lasering and you know that as it gets close to the pigmentation mark, it's going to perhaps, I don't know, smell or zap a little bit more painfully, then reference it. Say, okay, this little patch is going to be slightly more uncomfortable because here your pigmentation is darker. You may or you may not feel it. I'm just letting you know, but this light is now pushing up your pigmentation and it's going to start breaking it down. And by doing that, and you have to do that all the time. If you're doing, so I'll give you another example. If you're doing a pedicure and your client's outcome is to have soft feet, you are going to reference during the scrub, during the soak, during the foot filing, during the foot peel, you're going to reference their wish for soft feet. Okay, so does that make sense, everyone? And I promise you, this is very important. You must, in fact, in my training, I was taught to reference what my client's outcome and wish is 3 times during the treatment, because repetition for emphasis, and it drives home stronger, the outcome stronger. Then please, everybody, a very big reminder to confirm whether your client wants you to speak or not during the treatment prior to starting. There are some clients who want silence, and this is an important part that you understand. So you just outright ask them. You'll see I'm going to do it in my role play in a minute. You will say, do you want me to be completely silent during your treatment? Or if I'm doing something important or putting on an important product or ingredient on your skin, do you want me to tell you about it? Boom. Then they will tell you exactly what they want and how they are feeling about, the communication and how much they want to communicate during the treatment. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Can't find my arrow bar. There we go. Step 4, recommendation. Okay, so today's not going to be a recommendation session, but I'm going to touch on it very slightly now, because this is one of the parts that allow you to achieve a 30, 40, even 50% retail ratio in your business, is how you recommend. Okay, you need to offer your options, and you always have to have the critical must-have option versus the wish list option. Does anybody not know how this critical versus wish list works? Does anybody not know? Let me know, everybody. Does anybody not know the critical must-have versus the wish list method of recommendation? Just so that I know who's not following here and who is. I don't know. Okay. Anybody else? I'm going to have to I'll see if I can quickly role play it today, Kelly and Anne, but it does take it slightly longer, but I am going to show you. I'll briefly touch on it today. Okay. But there is a Kirsten, you should know this. Upside down, off by heart. I've been teaching this to you since I've known you. I think it'll come back to you very quickly, Kirsten, but you have to offer your client options, and the options are always this is the critical must-haves to meet the outcomes of your why, and this is my wish list for your skin. So I will touch on it and do like a little brief touch on it. But what I do want to say is, no matter how well you do this recommendation section, if you haven't done the steps prior to this, you can do this recommendation system till the cows come home and it won't work, because it's a puzzle, and it starts at one point and it builds up. So you need to have all the pieces of the puzzle for it to finish. You cannot have one piece missing and then your sale is made. So it starts right at the beginning on that step 1 where it says get to know your client. Okay, then the next step after that, step number 5, is discuss a treatment plan with your client, rebook the next treatment, and explain how to use the products step by step. And I know this sounds obvious, but I want to tell you that 50% of the spas and the businesses that I work with are not rebooking their next client right there and then. They are not discussing treatment plans with their clients based on what outcome they want to achieve. It's not happening out there. Okay. I even get For example, some hotel groups that I work with, they work a lot with holiday makers or business people. And they say, well, it's impossible to rebook the clients for the next treatment or to discuss a treatment plan. So for me, it's not impossible, because first of all, it's getting to know them. If you know that they're going to be there for 2 or 3 days, well, find a reason to get them back in. And that you'll find that reason in your discussion with them. So it could be for another massage. It could be just come back for a sauna. It's going to help you relax your muscles. You need to find a reason to get the client to come back. And if it's not that time, the next time they come, depending on what an impression you make on them, they're going to come back to your spa when they're in that area again. Very important for me, very important, is a follow-up phone call on personal shares. This follow-up phone call is not about product. How's it going? Do you need any help? That's a different kind of phone call, okay? This is a phone call to say, Marisa, when you were here, you mentioned that you were taking your dog into the vet. I just want to find out, how is your pooch? How's your doggy doing? It's that kind of a phone call. And what does that phone call do? It builds a strong, loyal, personal relationship. And by the way, everybody, the biggest currency in our market right now is personal relationships, because people are returning to places, they're doing things based on personal relationships. So it's how you make them feel. It's how connected you are to them that makes them want to go back to you. And this is a 2-minute phone call. You don't have to phone every single client. I say to my teams that I work with, I'd like you to phone 10 clients a week. Every person in the spa or the salon has to phone 10 random, how they want, clients per week. Okay, that's not undoable. Are any of you out there doing a personal share phone call? Any of you? And if you are, how is it working for you? Because I can tell you, I started insisting on this with some of the spas that we work with, and the feedback is unbelievable. It's wonderful to see that the clients say, oh my word, I can't believe you remembered that. And wow, are you really phoning me? Okay, WhatsApp every 2 weeks or a month. I'll only message to follow up, not calling. Okay. So for those of you who are messaging to follow up or confirming an appointment or sending out a WhatsApp, I want you to consider, and I want to encourage you to pick up the phone call. There is a lot of research and data coming out at the moment. If you have to go and Google or ask AI about how to develop a solid, personal, loyal client, it's going to say they need to hear your voice, your actual voice. It makes them feel warm and fuzzy. That's what it does. And it develops a connection. Okay, it's about connection. So yes, don't stop your WhatsApps. Don't do your follow-up. Did you enjoy your treatment? I am not talking about that here. What I am talking about is a personal share. You heard that they were going to a gala dinner. You heard that they were up for an award. You don't have to do this every visit, by the way. This is 2, 3, 4 times a year. But the clients must feel like, oh my word, they remembered. I can't believe it. They heard me talking about my son's hockey match, and somebody phoned me to ask me, how did my son do in his hockey match? That goes a long way, everyone. It really, really does. Okay, role play time. So I would like to ask if anybody would like to volunteer to be my client. So instead of me having a setup role play today, I would like to ask who of you, Kelly, Devine, but Kelly, you have to unmute. Are you happy to do that? And I'd like to see your face if possible. And then can I ask everybody, if you don't mind, for 1 second while I've stopped sharing my screen, do you mind all showing your beautiful faces for me to take a photograph? It's photograph time, photograph time. Please, everyone. That will be amazing. Can I see your beautiful faces, everybody? Hello, hello. Come, guys, photo time. Photo time, photo time. Oh, man, so nice. Hello, Zurieta. So nice to see everybody. I don't feel so lonely when you all put your cameras on, by the way. Okay, can we have a big smile, everyone? 1, 2, smiles. Done. Thank you. Okay, Kelly, are you ready?
Yes, on. There you go.
Divine. Okay, so Kelly, just tell me what treatment you want to be having. What are you going to have with me today?
Facial.
A facial. Are you a new client or are you a return client?
Return client.
Return, okay. And how long have you been coming to me for?
3 months.
3 months, so relatively new, right? Okay. Is there any specific facial that you booked for? Just tell me what you booked for.
A peel.
A peel. What type of peel?
Let's say a rejuvenating peel. So one of your initiation or your startup peels.
So like a lactic or a glycolic, something like that?
Yes.
Okay, lactic, glycolic, or salicylic. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Good job. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
So nice to see you. Your skin is looking stunning, hey?
Thank you. Thank you.
So 3 months in, and look at this. Are you happy with your results so far?
So far, so good. Look, the pigmentation isn't shifting, so I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then, okay, so Kelly, let's take this a step back. You've just come from a holiday. I just want to quickly ask you, how was your holiday?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Absolutely stunning.
Oh,
We got lots of sun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and that doesn't help our cause, hey, with pigmentation, but still, it makes no difference. Okay, so Kelly, when we started our journey 3 months ago, we had a little bit of a discussion that revolved around your skin. And I remember you said to me that your main concern was around pigmentation. So I just want to remind you, and I'm sure you remember this, but pigmentation is a journey and it is something that needs to be managed. We don't cure it, right? Because we'll get to a point where we'll lighten it and your skin will look amazing. Then something will happen. It will be the sun, it will be your hormones, it will be something that triggers that pigmentation to start surfacing again. And then we need to go back and treat and go back on your treatment plan. Okay. So what I want to ask your perception of is, from when we started to today, is how much would you say that your pigmentation improved? And did anything happen that made you feel, oh no, my pigmentation's got a bit worse?
Yeah, it just darkened slightly around my mouth area.
Okay.
Post last treatment.
Post last treatment.
Yes, I did notice that it did darken
around your mouth area. Okay, divine. And I just want to check, Kelly, you have been using your sunblock, hey? Every single day?
Yes, as much as I can. I do try every day.
Okay, superb. And Kelly, you've been having no other treatments in between. You're not putting any other fancy serums other than the products that I gave you. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, divine. All right. So, Kelly, is there anything else about your skin in today's session you want me to? I know pigmentation's our main game, but is there anything else? I mean, you've just been on holiday. Are you needing some hydration? Do you need a bit of a deep cleanse? What do you want as your outcome of today's treatment to be?
Definitely a good deep cleanse.
Deep cleanse. Okay. All right. But your skin is looking good, hey? Like I'm going to do my proper consultation now, but I don't see any breakouts. I don't see any major oily or shiny patches, but we'll do a good deep cleanse. What I did want to ask you, are you planning to go back in the sun again, like the proper sun, like your holiday sun in the next month? No.
We're good.
Okay.
I won't.
So can I ask you, would you be open to, instead of having the glycolic acid peel that you were meant to have today, okay? Could I put glycolic acid over 80% of your face. And I would like to target the darker areas of your skin with a TCA acid peel. And I won't leave it on for very long, but I just feel that I would love the opportunity to be able to get into those darker marks with something a bit stronger, and you're not going to go into the sun. Would you be open to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so our entry-level peels, as you know, are at the 1,000 Rand level or $100 level, and the TCA peels are quite a bit more expensive because they're much more specialized. So they are 5,000 Rand, but I'm not going to put it over your whole face. So what I'm proposing is that I do, let's say, 1,500 Rand, and I just take 500 Rand extra for that little TCA, patch it around those areas. Are you happy with that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
divine,
affordable.
divine. And then I just want to clarify that you're still okay. I know that you love to relax, even though this is not a relaxing facial, but we do, your little cold stone massage afterwards. But are you still okay with me just chatting about your skin as we're going along, what I'm seeing?
Yes, please. I'd love that. Let me know what's
Okay.
going on.
Yes, I will. And especially with that TCA pill, when I get closer to the time, I will let you know. It works, it stings quite a bit. So I am going to give you a fan to hold, and you're just going to keep chatting to me about how you're feeling as it is on your skin. But I think we're going to get a different and better result out of that today.
Brilliant.
Okay, Devon. And then lastly, Kelly, I don't suppose that whilst we're doing, you didn't book for it, but whilst we're doing your face, do you want to have your toes done? Because I can see that you haven't had, the last time you did your toes here was when you came for your first appointment. I do have another therapist available. Can I get her to do your feet?
At the same time, that would be great. I'm in
Oh,
and I'm
Devon.
out. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. And then do you just want a nice little pedi, or can I do a foot peel for you since you've just come back from holiday?
Oh, the foot peel. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Brilliant.
Okay. Divine. All right. So I'm just going to get myself cracking. You'll lie on the bed, and yeah, let's get going.
Okay, how easy was that to sell me everything? It's brilliant. Absolutely.
Okay. So look, you were quite easy, hey? I mean, that was like quite an easy client for me.
I
So
enjoy
I'm
selling.
hoping I'm going to get another role play volunteer here. Otherwise, I'll give you another shot at being a more difficult client. But again, the whole point here is, if you don't talk about their skin, I could see that you weren't too open to talk to me about your holiday, right? Because normally, if you ask a client, they'll go, oh my God, I went sailing and I blah, blah, blah. And then, but that makes for conversation, you see, because then I'd go, wow, okay. And what was your favorite part? But I picked up that you just said, oh, beautiful. So I left it. Great. Okay, no problem. But I did reference your holiday, your coming out of the sun. Do you remember that? So that is what is important, that you say back to the customer what they've told you. Like you said, my pigmentation is lifted. I said it back to you. So that's quite important. And then personalizing the treatment to suit the client, because that's what I did for you. I didn't copy paste a treatment. And I think clients want that. They want to know, okay, how's she adapting, or how they're adapting things to suit me. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thanks for being my client. Okay, who's next? I want another volunteer. Who's next? Who's next? And I think let's do something else. Maybe a massage if anybody wants to, or okay, let me ask you this. When you say that you're not sure your staff do meaningful conversations with all your clients, what are those treatments that they are having that you think they are not doing meaningful conversations with? Because that is the role play I want to do. So facials is pretty easy because we have to talk about your skin. Where are they not doing meaningful conversations all the time? Does nobody else want to be my client? Callan says massages. Anybody want to be my clients? I want to do another role play. Come, we've got time for one more. Hands and feet. Renata, do you want to do it with me? Or do you want, oh, look, Jessica's come on board. Do you want Jessica to be my client? Jessica says she will. Renata, must Jessica do her hands and feet with me? Or massage? Guys, choose. Everybody, hands and feet client or massage client? Go into the chat box and let me know, and the top one wins. Okay, Renata says hands and feet. How are you all feeling about it? Callan says massage. Okay, which one, everyone? Carrie says massage. Oh, Surietta says hands and feet. That's 2-2. Gail says massage. Okay, are we going massage, everyone? Okay, let's do massage. And if we've got time, oh, Karen said hands and feet. Oh my God. Okay, so we've got hands and feet and massage. Okay, Jessica, which one do you want to do? Because then I will do one more. We'll go quickly, you and I. Which one do you want to do?
Which one? Let's do massage.
Okay, let's go. Jess, are you a first-time client or a return client?
First time.
First time, okay. What massage did you book for?
Full body.
Okay, and nothing specific. You just said a full body massage.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Okay, divine. All right, let's go. Hi, are you Jessica?
Yes, that's me.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Marisa. I'm going to be your therapist for today. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Okay, so do you want to come through with me? Let's go through to the treatment room. So as I'm walking with you, Jess, you've never been here for a massage before. Have you been to other spas for massages? Are you like a massage fundi or not really?
No, not really. This is my first time.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. I just want to warn you about something, and you should know it from the beginning, that massages are addictive. So I'm just letting you know that you're going to have a problem for the rest of your life. You're going to be going back for more massages. So I hope you're ready for that. It's a great addiction to have in life, but I hope you're ready for that.
I
So
look forward
Jess,
to it.
oh, good. Jess, tell me, you've booked a full body 60-minute. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so now I want to ask you, why have you booked a massage? Why didn't you book a mani and a pedi? Why a massage?
I thought I would try something different because I've never been for one before, and I've been
Okay.
struggling with tension in my upper back.
Okay.
So I thought maybe it would help.
Okay, so this tension, how long have you had it?
About 2 months or so.
Oh, my hat. And tell me, what have you done to try and alleviate it? Have you done anything?
So I play a lot of sport. So
Yeah.
I've just done stretching before and after the sport.
And that's it.
Yes.
So no lotions, no potions, no soaks in baths, nothing.
I do Epsom salt baths.
Epsom, okay. And since you started getting these pains, how many Epsom salt baths have you had?
I do about 2 a week.
And do you get relief straight after or not really?
Not really, no.
Okay, so then that's clearly not working for you. Okay, perfect. And then Jess, I just want to ask you to just make sure it doesn't relate. Are you spending a lot of time behind a computer or not really?
Yes, I am.
Oh my word. Okay, how many hours in the day?
Between 6 and 8.
Oh my word. Okay. Do you get up quite a bit or are you sitting for many hours at a stretch?
I'm sitting for many hours.
Oh dear, many hours. Okay. All right, Jess. So based on what you've told me, I want to ask one last question and then I'm going to give you some advice. How do you want to feel when your treatment is finished today? Just describe how you want to feel.
I'd like to feel refreshed and not as tight.
Okay, not as tight. Okay. And then Jess, are you going to be open to me giving you a few lifestyle tips? I'll do that after the treatment because I actually just want you to relax. But in order for us to be able to fix this tightness that you have, it's not a once-off treatment that is going to fix this. This has got to do with your lifestyle and it's got to do with you playing sports. So I'm going to alleviate you 100% for sure today. But I do want you to find out if you will be open to me giving you some lifestyle tips. And there's also 1 or 2 products that I'd like you just to consider, but I'll tell you about them afterwards. Does that sound okay to you?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, divine, beautiful. And then one more thing, Jess, is I would like to use some cups in your massage today, just on that area at the top of your back. The cups allow me to get into the muscle much deeper, and I will talk to you throughout the time I'm using them, because they can be pretty strenuous. So I'm going to, as I push, as I activate the cups, you'll tell me how much you can tolerate, but it really is going to give you, it's going to alleviate. And those cups are only 200 Rand extra on your massage. Is that okay for you?
Is it extremely painful? I have a low pain tolerance.
No, because I control the pain. So if you say, oh, it's very sore, I suction a little bit less. So they can be very relaxing, but I do want to get into the knot, and it's less painful with a cup than with my fingers. So I think you would prefer the cups, but it's totally your decision.
Yes, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, divine. So Jess, how it will work now is I'm going to leave the room. You're going to take your gown off, and you can choose. You can either be in your undies, or you can not be in your undies. You can be naked, totally up to you. You will lie face down on the bed, cover yourself with a towel. Your gown goes up at the back of the door there. When I come in, Jess, I just want to ask you, do you want me to talk you through anything? So if I'm going to put like I do want to put a muscle gel on your shoulders, do you want me to prep you and say I'm about to do this, or do you want to be left in total silence to relax today?
I would prefer you to please let me know what we're doing every step.
Okay, perfect. So I'm not going to let you know, okay, I'm moving to your legs, because there I want you to relax. But if I'm going to do something different, so when I'm about to do the cup, when I'm about to put the muscle gel, that's quite a cold gel, I will pre-warn you with that. The rest of the time, I'm going to let you space out, and then we'll have another short conversation after the treatment. How does that sound?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Devon. So I'm going to leave the room for a few seconds or a minute, and then you get yourself ready and on the bed. And I hope that you are ready for the best massage ever.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, super duper. Okay, guys, how was that? How did you find it, everyone? Jess, have you ever been for a massage?
Once, but like many years ago.
And did they talk you through it and do this kind of discussion with you?
No, we did fill out a form before, just asking like what pressure, where we'd like them to focus. But no, not this in depth at all. No.
Okay. Do you have any idea why I didn't ask you what pressure you want? What did you tell me that already told me what pressure I need to apply on you?
That I'm stressed and tense.
No, you told me something that tells me that I mustn't go too hard.
My pain tolerance.
Correct. So that tells me automatically I don't need to ask you, because now you've just given me the information. I was about to ask you when you said, oh, is it very painful? Then what I would have done is, as I come in, I would have done 1 or 2 movements and said to you, how's my pressure? Do you want me to go harder or softer? That's what I would have done. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. So going to the chat box and just tell me what was different about this meaningful conversation compared to the ones that are currently happening in the spas at the moment. Let me know. And then, Callan, are you ready for hands and feet? We'll do a quick hands and feet consult, and then we're ready to, we're done. Okay, everybody just type so that the rest of you can also see what was different about that massage consultation. Is there anything different that that you've picked up that's never happened to you before, or that perhaps you're not doing in your own business? Okay. Okay, so Callan, have you been to me before?
No.
No, first time. Are you having hands or feet?
Both.
Both, hands and feet. Okay. Okay, that's pretty easy. And you're having a standard mani and pedi, or what are you doing?
I have no idea. It was a voucher from my grandchildren, and I'm just here because it's going to expire.
Okay, right. Hi, Callan. Hi, are you Callan, right?
Hi. Yes, I am.
Callan, my name is Marisa, and I'm going to be doing your beautiful hands and feet today. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm very excited.
Good. So, Callan, I see that you've got a voucher Was this a gift from
Yes,
who?
this was a gift from all the family for my 60th birthday. I'm a whole new person today.
Wow, that is amazing. What a nice present, hey? So did this birthday happen recently or was it long ago?
The birthday was 3 months ago, and I haven't gotten around to getting here.
Oh, well, I'm so happy belated 3-month birthday, and I'm so honored that I get to do your birthday voucher treatment on you today. So that's awesome. So, Kellen, your voucher entitles you to a manicure and pedicure with a gel polish. Are you happy for me to do that, or do you want normal standard nail varnish?
I have never had gel, so I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so let me explain the differences very quickly. A standard nail varnish is going to need longer to dry. Remember, you're not going to be able to put your feet in shoes for a couple of hours, whereas a gel polish is polish that is cured under a UV lamp, which means that you can put your shoes on straight away and you can bump your nails and they are bone dry by the time you leave here. Gel polish is not harmful to your nails in any way. And I am going to be using a product on you today that actually works on the health of your nail at the same time as being a gel polish. So, but it's completely up to you. So I would recommend the gel polish, but it's your decision. Which one would you like to have?
Okay, that sounds good. If it's not going to damage, that's fine.
Not going to damage. And then I just want to tell you, I have the most unbelievable paraffin treatment that helps to soften and soothe hands, hydrate them. It helps with wrinkles. It helps with elasticity of the skin. So, I mean, I would say do it on hands and feet, but I'm a little bit more inclined to say to you, would you like to give it a try on your hands? Because it is a super, super treat. So it's not included in your voucher. It is only 400 Rand extra. I don't know. I'm just thinking it's something that you would love. Do you want to give it a try?
Is it going to give me immediate results?
Immediate results. So it's not something that is going to last you for months and months and months and months. Remember, when you drink water, do you get thirsty again? Yes, you do. So the same happens with your hands. I'm going to give it a super boost, but your hands will get thirsty again. And you're going to feel for the next week like you have brand new hands, and it's definitely going to stimulate collagen production in your hands.
Okay, then let's do it. I'll get the kids to put in or something.
That's fine. Or just that can be your little present to yourself, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that sounds amazing. So, Callan, just tell me a tiny little bit about your lifestyle. Do you, especially with regards to your hands and feet, because that's what I'm treating today, do you spend a lot of time on your feet?
A lot of time on my feet, yes. I try and do walks a lot, so a lot of time in closed shoes.
Okay. And is there anything about your feet that bother you or your toenails? Anything that bothers you there that I can help you with today?
Very prone to ingrown toenails.
Okay. And are you doing anything about it?
No.
Not really. Okay. Would you be open to me when I have a look at your feet for me discussing it with you? And if I have any ideas or solutions, would you be open to me discussing this with you?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, super. And then with regards to your hands, do you spend a lot of time gardening? Are your hands in water a lot? Or you cook a lot? I just want to get to know your lifestyle a little bit more.
I cook and clean a lot and I garden twice a week. So yes, they are quite active.
Okay, well, that's brilliant. And tell me, are you using any form of like a collagen hand lotion or any type of treatment on your hands? Or is it like when you put body lotion on or body butters, or don't you really pay attention to your hands?
I use a Clicks hand serum.
A Clicks hand serum. How's it working for you? Are you very happy with it?
I feel very oily and tacky if I have to touch other things, so I don't put it on as often because then it transfers onto other things that I'm using.
Okay, that's a pity. All right. And so can I clarify with you? It doesn't sound like this is a serum you're going to buy again from what you're telling me.
No, I don't think so. I haven't
Okay, so
found
is it
one that works for me.
Okay, so it's the stickiness and the tackiness that is not so appealing to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds amazing. And then lastly, Callan, your toenail and your fingernail shape, do you want me to keep them as you have them? Can I recommend what I think will look nice? Do you want to talk to me a little bit about the shape of the nails?
I like my hand, how my fingernails are, but the toes you can do what you think is best.
Okay, so I'll recommend it to you, and if you're happy, then we'll go ahead with that. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that's perfect.
Right. And then last question, Callan, during your treatment, would you like me to tell you what I'm doing and what I'm using, or do you want to be left in peace to relax? I mean, do you want me to get you a pair of earphones and play some awesome music, or how do you want the treatment to roll for you?
I'd like some relaxation, but if you see anything that you feel is necessary for me to know or to be aware of, then you can let me know.
Okay, sounds amazing. So do you want me to get you some earphones? We
No,
can
that's
do some
okay.
sound
Thank you.
therapy at the same time, or do you want
I'll listen to the natural sounds of the salon.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So I'm just going to go and get that unbelievable paraffin treatment that I'm going to do on you now. So give me a second. I'll be back with you in a minute. And then when we're done with the treatment, I'm just going to discuss with you my findings during the treatment, and then 1 or 2 items that I think are going to make you very happy in your life when it comes to being on your feet quite a bit, wearing closed shoes, and also the fact that you mentioned that that hand serum isn't really working with you. Okay, is that all good?
Perfect. Great. Thank you.
Okay, so looking forward to doing your treatments.
Great.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right. Nice, hey? So how did you find that, everyone? Callan, how did that consultation make you feel?
Good. I was trying to be a bit more closed off to see
see.
how we counteract, that, because not all of our clients want to openly discuss everything or are, very gracious in their responses. So
yeah. But did you
it's
see
good
how
to
I
see
wasn't
that.
intrusive? I was quite respectful. I managed to get you to upsell something, and I could see you were being a bit difficult, but I think I
Yes.
cracked the nut there.
Yeah, no, it's good to show, because I think that's a lot with our therapists, is a lot of the responses we get as to, not an excuse, but the different levels of, I couldn't upsell because they didn't want to speak to me. But there's always a way around it that we can really there's another way to get in there.
Of course there is. When you ask somebody, you see, the thing is they want to upsell up front. I didn't do that. I asked about your lifestyle first. Now, when I ask somebody about their lifestyle, but I'm asking because it's going to help me do a better treatment, they will answer me. But if I say, hey, tell me a little bit about your life, they're like, no, I'm not going to tell you. And that's how I got to figure out you like the garden, you were on your feet a bit. So it's really in the words that you use and how you ask that gets people to, and you didn't open up a lot, you opened up a little bit, which was fun for the result that I needed. Okay, thank you for being my client.
And another thing, sorry, is just that with the if your client's got a product, that I hear a lot of the feedback, they're not going to buy anything, and I ask why, and they say no, because they've already got products at home. But the products at home are not necessarily always working just because they say I've got a product. So I like the way you navigated that.
Yeah. So something I teach therapists a lot in the trainings I do with them is to always ask clients what they are using first. And how is it working for you? Are you happy? Is it giving you the results? Because whatever that answer is tells me what I'm going to get out of them at the end. You said, sticky, whatever. The previous one said, no, I've Epsom salts. And I even said, that's clearly not working for you. Because then you go, okay, if it's giving you results, what kind of results is it giving you? So can you see how I sort of, and then I also prepped you. I said, when we're done, I'm going to talk to you about your hands and feet. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. So I hope that was valuable for you. Please let me know in the chat box how you feel. I also want to know how you are feeling right now. Are you feeling a little bit more content and settled, or I don't know, what are you feeling right now? And also please let me know how how do you feel about those role plays? Did they give you benefit, and have you learned something? Is there anything that you are going to implement differently in your businesses from today? Oh, Gail, I'm happy you are happy. Good. Oh, I'm so happy. Brilliant, brilliant. I also want to just tell you all, these meaningful conversations, because I'm going to tell you another excuse you're going to get from your staff, and I'm not interested in the excuses. I'm just letting you know, is, oh, I don't have time. You just saw how in the space of 20 minutes now, I did 3 role plays. 3. It takes 5 minutes. So I'm not interested when a therapist says to me, I don't have time. Not interested in the excuses, because what we all need is to develop the connection with the client, and we need to show them and take a proper personal interest in their lives and in what it is that they are doing. Okay. Yay, Lorette. I'm so happy. And for Lorette to say that she can't wait to take her meaningful conversations to the next level, that's saying a lot. So good. So happy. Yay. Okay, everyone, I'm not going to keep you longer because, like I say, these are 1-hour sessions. I don't want to go too much over so that I don't take up too much of your time. And I will see you in our next coaching session. So just look out on socials or on our group. If you're not on our group, please message me. I've got 2 different groups. The one is our members group for Wellness Professionals Club, and the other one is the business group. So I can put you on either of those groups, and I'll also let you know about the coaching sessions on those 2 groups. So please, you can belong to, if you're a member, you will go on Wellness Professionals Club group, but if you want to be on our business group just to get important information, I'm more than happy to have you on there. Okay, mwah. Love you all. Bye. See you soon. Ciao, ciao. Pleasure, Kelly. Lovely to have you, and thanks for being my client.